Hi, in this video we will talk about root cause analysis. So root cause analysis is the most talked topic in any industry. Whenever we have any incident, what first thing comes in mind is what will be the root cause or what should be the actual root cause. So I will talk with a specific example. If you really like it, please subscribe my channel. It really gives me lot of motivation when you subscribe my channel for this technical videos. So let's have one example where we will discuss root cause analysis. So this is a hypothetical example discussed in one of the training program, and it was like a very detailed one. So I will recommend please watch the entire video. So what was happened in parental manufacturing when we are manufacturing injectable bulk for the filling the injections? What was happened that after manufacturing it was filtered to a filtration vessel. And after filtration in filtration vessel, it was observed that it was having black particles. So an investigation was initiated for this failure, and detailed root cause analysis was started. So how a black particle can come in filtration vessel? So you are aware that in manufacturing, after manufacturing, we have to filter the bulk through a filter which is 0.2 micron filter, which can filter bacteria also. So the particles will not be there after filtration. So as a part of analysis, first the filter was checked. There was no particulate matter found in the filter. When this was the case, then the manufacturing process was checked, raw materials were checked. There was nothing in the raw material, no material was having a black color. Manufacturing process does not involve anything which could generate precipitates, black precipitates or black particles. So then what can be the cause? So manufacturing was ruled out, filtration process was ruled out. Then question was raised on the filtration vessel itself. So filtration vessel was checked thoroughly. There was no contamination within the filtration vessel. There was no accumulation of particulates within the filtration vessel. The surface was smooth, it was cleaned, it was sterilized before filtration process. There was no visible contamination, surface contamination within the filtration vessels. And then what can be the cause? Then the particles were analyzed and it was identified the particles were from the silicon. So then what will be the source of silicon within this filtration vessel or manufacturing the filtration loop? So it was identified that in the filtration vessel, like the piping for the filtration vessel, the stainless steel pipe, where there are clamps, where there are joints, there were silicon gaskets. So gaskets were checked, the gaskets were having black color, and one of the gasket found ruptured. So it was thought of that it was seems that the particles were from the silicon gasket. So you may think now this is the root cause. Root cause analysis is over here. We have now the root cause, the gaskets from the silicon gasket which was ruptured. But is it so? No. We have to still think that this was, for example, 3 years old filtration vessel, 3 years old process, and every time we are manufacturing the same product in the same process, with the same process in the same vessel and same filtration vessel. So how can in this specific batch black particles can come? So for that detailed investigation further was done. Preventive maintenance program was checked, any breakdowns were checked. So there was no breakdown in this vessel in last 6 months. Then preventive maintenance program was checked, and that preventive maintenance program has the instruction to change the silicon tubing every 6 months. So if the silicon tubing silicon gaskets and silicon tubing to be changed every 6 months. So if the silicon gaskets were changed every 6 months, then how it can be that it can generate the black particles? So trend of last 3 years was checked. There was no such incident that there was a silicon gasket rupture. So what happened in this specific case so that it generated the black particles? So now further dig down was done, and it was identified that as one of the action for the cost optimization, the silicon gasket supplier was changed. although it was meeting the acceptance criteria, the specification as per the previous supplier, but since there was no trend of within like 2.5 years of any this failure within the silicon gasket or within the silicon tubing, so that it was decided that we will change the silicon gasket supplier from X to Y because it has some cost benefit and it was claiming that he will be providing same or better quality. But when it was identified that certain test was done on the silicon gasket with the older supplier gasket and new supplier gasket, and it was identified that after certain sterilization cycle, certain SIB cycle, the gaskets from the new supplier was having some deterioration. So this then finally concluded as the cause that change in the gasket supplier, which may have some changes in the gasket material manufacturing, had led to this failure. So friends, this is the sort of example where we should be looking to the deeper and true root cause when we have any problem in our day-to-day life or in our incidents where we are observing incident in our routine operations. So don't conclude on a superficial causes. Don't conclude on a clearly visible causes. Go true reasons behind this cause, and then you will able to have the root cause which is really true, and then you can have a kappa which will prevent the occurrence of such incident in future. Thank you. Hope this video will be helpful to you. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much.